Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel once again. If you are new here, please click on the subscribe button and also on the bell sign to get notifications when we have new videos. And I also implore you to register on our website www.learningspace.com.ng, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, learningspace.com.ng. So in this class, I will be continuing from where I stopped in the last video, which was on UNILAG Post-UTME General Knowledge. So what I'll be doing here is to spend more time on each of those topic areas I highlighted in the last class. So in this class, I'll be taking 20 questions and answers on politics as related to the UNILAG Post-UTME General Knowledge. Let's get started. Now, this very first question says, the total number of seats in Nigeria's National Assembly is how many? Now, don't forget that our House of Assembly is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. So we have the Senate having 109 seats and the House of Representatives having 360 seats. So if we add this together, we are going to have 469 seats. So our National Assembly is having a total of 469 seats, and that is option C. All right, the next question says, the main function of the National Assembly is what? The National Assembly, don't forget, is the legislative arm of government, and the function of the legislative arm is to make laws for the country. The right answer there is option B. The next question number 3, we are going to 20. So this question says, the Democratic and Republican are two main political parties in which country? The United States. Option A is China, option C is Germany, option D is Canada. Of course, the right answer to that question is the United States of America, where you have two prominent political parties, the Democratic and the Republican. The next question is question number 4. It says, which of the following constitutes the judiciary? Don't forget, the function of the judiciary as an arm of government is to interpret the laws that are made by the legislative arm of government. And in interpreting these laws, you have the courts, the judges, and the lawyers working hand in hand in interpreting these laws. So the right answer that aligns with that question is option B, lawyers, judges, and courts. Next question. It says, the newest state in Africa. What is the newest country in Africa? Of course, we have Malawi, Sahara Republic, South Sudan, and South Africa. South Africa had its independence in the 60s and transitioned to democratic government in 1994. Malawi had its independence in 1964. Sahara Republic, there is no country like that. South Sudan had its independence from North Sudan in 2011. That makes it the newest country in Africa. The next question is question number 6. The first female president in Africa. Who is the first female president in Africa? We have Mrs. Flora Shaw. Of course, that name rings a bell. Flora Shaw was the wife of Lord Lugard. The next option is Mrs. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was the first female president in Liberia and also becoming the first female president in Africa. Other options, Ellen Brown, Professor Keller Glow, doesn't apply in this question. The next question. Abuja became a federal capital territory in 1991. The answer is option A. The next question reads, a social system in which power is derived from control over land. Of course, don't forget that we have oligarchy, we have feudalism, don't forget we have socialism, and socialism is also a kind of welfareism. Now, in feudalism, a few elite controls the resources of the state by owning land and having people work for them, and that is what feudalism is about. All right, so the next question, the right answer there is option B. Question number 9. Democracy Day will now be celebrated in Nigeria on, pay attention to the options now, okay, and pay attention to the question before the options. The question says will now be celebrated. All right, so Democracy Day is usually celebrated on the 29th of May, but as a result of the new bill, the new law passed by the president, Democracy Day will now be celebrated on the 12th of June of every year, starting from this year. So the right answer is June 12. The next question, question number 10. The first civilian president that died in office. This is still fresh in our memory. The answer to this question is Alhaji Musa Yar'Adua, and that is option D. Question number 11. It says, who was the first military head of state in Nigeria? Aguiyi Ironsi is the first military head of state in Nigeria that emerged after the coup of 1966, 15th of January. So the answer there is option C. The next question is question number 12. How many local government do we have in Nigeria? I consider this a giveaway question. In Nigeria, we have 774 local governments. So the right answer is option A. Another question you can find in our series now is question 13. This is a very common question. You should familiarize yourself with the coat of arms and all the elements on the coat of arms. Here, it says, what does the eagle represent on the coat of arms? The eagle represents strength, straight and forward. The next question. Hitler's party, which came into power in 1933, is known by what name? Of course, it is the Nazi Party, popularly known as the Nazi Party. So the Nazi Party actually became a mass movement in Germany in 1933, after Hitler emerged as the Chancellor of Germany. The next question. The centenary anniversary of amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria was celebrated in what year? Don't forget, Nigeria was amalgamated. Northern and Southern Protectorate of Nigeria was amalgamated in the year 1914, and in the year 2014 it became 100 years that the amalgamation was carried out, and it was celebrated under the leadership of the former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2014. So the right answer there is option C. Let's go on to the next question, question number 16. So the first general election in Nigeria was held when? The first general election in Nigeria was held on the 12th of December 1959. The right answer to the question is option D. So this is bringing us to 4 questions away from our 20 questions we hope to consider in this video. So question number 17 reads, who is Nigeria's current Speaker of House of Representatives? So we have option A, Bukola Saraki, who was the former president of the Senate. We have Ahmed Lawan, who is the current president of the Senate. Yakubu Dogara, option C, who was the former Speaker of the House of Representatives. And option D, Femi Gbajabiamila, who is the current Speaker of the House of Representatives. So the next question, question number 18. It says the police force belong to what arm of government? As a matter of fact, the executive are meant to make laws. They are not meant to make laws. The executive arm of government acts in such a way to follow the laws that are made by the legislative arm, and that are also protected by the judiciary. So the police is under the executive arm of government. As a matter of fact, it's in the Ministry of Interior of the state. So the police falls under the executive arm of government. The next question: the ruling political party in Lagos. Of course, the current political party in Lagos is the All Progressive Congress. And don't forget that in 1999, the transition of political parties in Lagos so far has been from the Alliance for Democracy in 1999, that later became the Action Congress. And from Action Congress, it has evolved to become the Action Congress of Nigeria, up to what we have today as the All Progressive Congress. So the ruling political party in Lagos is the APC. The last question today is a question that borders around full meaning of some popular abbreviations. UNESCO. What is the full meaning of UNESCO? UNESCO stands for United Nations Education and Scientific Cultural Organization. So the right answer to that question, I think, is in option B. So if you have any question with regard to what I've shared in this video, please hit the comment and let me see what you have, and I'll respond accordingly. And if you have any contribution to make, any observation and how you think we can improve in our lectures, please let us also get your comment. I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.